When you need advice, come to Ben and Kelly. It's group therapy on 99.7 DJX.
That's a tough one from Erin. She says, hey, Ben and Kelly, please help me figure this out.
All right.
So I agreed to be my sister's maid of honor before I knew I was pregnant.
Oh.
And my due date is smack dead in the center of the week of her destination wedding.
Oh, wow.
Now, I very obviously will not be able to go, but I still want to help out before the baby takes over my life.
Mm-hmm.
I have also insisted my parents go on to the wedding. Mm-hmm. My husband and I just want it to be for us. We just want it to be us for the birth and have everyone come in later.
Mm-hmm.
My sister, however, has retreated into toddlerhood.
Oh.
She makes pointed jokes about how I'm trying to steal her thunder and abandoning her for the baby. I try to ignore her, but she keeps pouting. I suggested several dates for her bachelorette party, only for her to want one I can't do. I'm painting the nursery.
Okay.
I'm very hurt. Haven't told anyone because I know it's going to blow up. I don't have time or energy to deal with this. These should both be joyous events. Mm-hmm. But instead, I'm doubting my entire relationship with my sister. What should I do?
Paint the nursery on another day.
Yes, that is one.
I mean,
that is one thing that could fix an issue.
Yeah, an issue. Right.
There are many issues
multiple
at
ones.
play here, though.
For sure.
And now I don't know how far away we are from both events.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know how far along she is. I don't know how close we are to the wedding, but it sounds like we're months away from these things.
Yeah. And I don't know. And again, this is not, I don't know if this is even something we can suggest, but if I'm the sister getting married, you're the one that has flexibility, not the pregnant sister.
Well, to some extent, though, like, especially if it's a destination wedding, she's got everything already booked. Yes,
but I would at least look into changing it, you know? Just because,
man, I mean,
if I'm a sister, I understand that sometimes you can't necessarily plan the timing of stuff like that.
Yeah,
but you can plan the timing of a wedding. So I am kind of shocked that it doesn't seem like that discussion ever came up.
Well, I don't necessarily want to put it all on the sister that's getting married because if there is going to be any sort of like a try to figure it out so both sides can be happy and get their moment. I mean, that's kind of the one place where they could make an adjustment if they needed to. Maybe again, like the whole moving wedding dates and things like that around may be harder than we are giving credit for. True. So, like sometimes maybe she got the venue that she's been wanting for years and it finally, became available in the time that she was able to do it. So, yeah,
maybe. Now, I'll say this. My sister gave birth 6 weeks before my wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a little tricky because she was my matron of honor. She lived in Michigan at the time. Yeah. So we were trying to get her fitted for a bridesmaid dress, knowing she was going to be 6 weeks post baby.
Yeah.
So that was tricky.
Yeah.
And then of course, she had a newborn at the wedding and she had to travel here to do that. But there was never any question that she wasn't going to do it.
Right.
And yeah.
All right. So if you've been in this situation where pregnancy and wedding, I'm sure they're not, or Erin is not alone in this because
they're not the first ones.
Exactly.
To go through this.
I'd love to hear your situation and how you dealt with it. And because maybe how you dealt with it is an example of what not to do. And you can say, hey, this is how it kind of blew up on my face, or it worked out great for you. And you're like, you know what? This actually worked best. Here's what I did. So
yes. And we have to squash both of the sisters feeling like you're stealing my thunder. No, You're stealing my thunder.
Right.
We got to get past that part of it.
Yeah. 502-571-9970. We'll get some of those stories coming up next.
There always seems to be drama surrounding weddings, also maybe the birth of a kid. It's 99.7 DJX, and that's what we got here with group therapy, where Erin is now pregnant. Wasn't pregnant when she said, yeah, I'll be your bridesmaid for your destination wedding, but now she is. And lo and behold, she's scheduled to give birth right the same week that her sister's going to get married.
It's just like super unfortunate timing. And there doesn't seem to be like a super easy answer. And neither one, I mean, one side really can't bend because that timeline's going to play out regardless of how you want it to.
Right.
And, you know, the sister getting married is still like super salty about how it's all working out.
Yeah, Brandy says, I think the pregnant sister should try to make everything before the wedding as special as possible to show support to the one that's getting married. And I think the sister should support everything possible for the new baby coming before her wedding.
Exactly. They're sisters first.
Yep.
And these are two huge life events. One should not overshadow the other.
Shouldn't. Hey, Elizabeth.
So 2 years ago, during the smack dab middle of COVID, my husband and I actually got married, and one of my bridesmaids gave birth 4 days before my wedding. But she couldn't attend, but she gave us enough notice, so I was able to replace her with another bridesmaid to fill to make the party even. Mm-hmm. And what we did was we printed out a picture of her and like carried her around on a little stick at the wedding so she could still be with us. And it worked out great. Awesome. Like, and we honestly had the conversation about it too.
Uh-huh.
And she just let me know ahead of time, and it worked out great. She could still be there in spirit, and because I mean, during COVID, she didn't want to bring a newborn baby to the wedding, so that's what we did, and it worked out great, and everyone was happy, and it was just fantastic.
Well, I'm glad she didn't feel like she, you know, missed out, and that she was still represented and that kind of stuff. It was a really cute, funny way.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi. The bride-to-be just kind of needs to take a chill pill, and the sisters need to talk it out, and they don't need to let these two wonderful events ruin their sisterhood.
Well, easier said than done, Jenny.
They're going to be like resenting each other.
Yeah.
You know, you got married in the middle of me having a baby, or you had a baby in the middle of me getting married. Like that's where they're at right now. They need to sit down and realize neither one of them wanted it to work out like that. Right. But here we are.
All right. Well, hey, Jenny, thank you so much for the call.
No problem. Thank you guys for talking to me again.
I got another text. OMG, the same exact situation happened to me. I was supposed to be my sister's maid of honor. I even got induced to try to have my baby before the wedding.
Oh, wow.
But I ended up getting home from the hospital the same day as the wedding. There was no way I could make it. We both had an understanding. And I think that's what, like, we need to come to that realization that there needs to be an understanding here.
Well, and one major sticking point and something that Erin mentioned was that her sister wants to have the bachelorette party on the weekend. She's going to paint the nursery. And everybody is like, paint another day.
Yeah, I think there's
you can choose to do that.
Yeah, I think there's got to be a little bit of give and take here. If Erin wants to have forgiveness from her sister, I think her sister has to see that she's wanting to,
do as much as she can.
Yeah.
To be a part of the whole wedding experience, because it's more than just a day. It's a lot of stuff leading up to it. Mike said, over the last few weeks, I've been working with my grandpa. He had a stroke through recovery. Mm-hmm. He had another stroke. Ultimately, we lost him.
Oh.
So I share this to say the following. Lost time with family can never be retrieved again. Both events are important. Share of your sister's magic as you can. Let her also have some of your magic. Mm-hmm. You don't want this to be one of those things you regret many years down the road. Join her bachelorette party. Right. Then see if you can get the whole crew to help you paint the room with wine.
There you go.
That's really good.
Yep.
And sorry for your loss, Mike.
All right, we will end there. If you've got a comment that you want to throw in there, you can always do it up on Facebook at Ben and Kelly Show. And Erin, good luck with everything.
Congratulations on everything. A lot of happy things are happening once you guys get it all figured out.
Yep. Keep us posted.